Roman Reigns and the Young Bucks enter the Hall of Fame. CM Punk does not. The newest Wrestling Observer newsletter is its annual Hall of Fame issue. 9 new members were voted in by Dave Meltzer's voting body. Nominees need to appear on 60% of ballots for induction, including active wrestlers Roman Reigns, the Young Bucks, Shingo Takagi, and Cima. Stars of yesteryear Paul Orndorff, Johnny Saint, Los Hermanos Dinamita, the Lucha Libre trio of Cien Caras, Mascara Ano 2000 and Universo 2000, Johnny Rougeau, and Bobby Davis rounded out the latest class. Obviously, it's those first 2 additions that are driving conversation about the WON HOF this morning. Reigns isn't terribly controversial at this point, as he's been WWE's biggest star while its popularity peaked during an extremely important time in the company's and the business history. Still, it's pretty remarkable to see Reigns honored by a publication many associate with the portion of the fan base that spent the latter portion of the 2010s demanding anyone but Roman. Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks, on the other hand, are more controversial than ever. The brother act out of Southern California were never everyone's cup of tea, and they're even more polarizing now in the wake of Brawl Out. More on the other side of that story in a moment. In summarizing the feedback he received from voters, those in favor of the Bucks' enshrinement pointed to how their resume stands among the best in the history of tag wrestling, and their role in establishing paths other than WWE for wrestlers to earn good money, including but not limited to AEW. Detractors point out that the Bucks aren't well known outside of wrestling circles, and that's likely in addition to the usual complaints about the Jackson style and its influence on the indie and international scenes. And, just as there is among the fandom in general, there is almost certainly a contingent of WON voters that blames Matt, Nick, and the rest of their elite cohort for AEW's struggles. Adding an additional dash of controversy is that CM Punk failed to make the cut despite seeing a rise in support. Punk appeared on 52.1% of this year's ballots, up from 44% in 2023. Meltzer predicts Punk will make it in within the next 2 years, as he's received more Observer Wrestler of the Year votes than anyone currently not in the publication's hall. Meltzer also writes that Punk is clearly a major draw at a time when difference-making draws are rare, although he expects some voters won't support him because they blame him for AEW's declining popularity. If someone fails to get 10% of the vote, they're removed from the following year's ballot. And there are some big names who won't be on the 2025 one. Kana/Asuka, Kevin Owens, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Sid Vicious, Bray Wyatt, and Sami Zayn all failed to make the cut. They can be added back in the future, but that's apparently at the discretion of Meltzer, who himself has increasingly become a lightning rod in pro wrestling discussions over the years. The voting body consists of reporters, historians, and active and retired pros. You get a full breakdown of how